breaking the traps, and enjoying myself at the 9th annual Joffrey Lupul Golf Classic. Joffrey's tournament is a staple of the Avry Sports Show calendar. It's a fun day for all who take part, including myself, and I was able to speak to the man of the hour himself on a gorgeous Thursday afternoon in Edmonton. We are here at the 9th annual Joffrey Lupul Golf Tournament with the man himself, Joffrey Lupul. How are you doing today, sir? Good
I'm doing good. Again. Yeah, you too.
So tell me, Joff, how's the round going so far? How you been? What are you shooting, man?
Our group, we're 8 under after 7 holes, so we're doing pretty good. We just had an eagle.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
You got a little Jordan Speed here. Was it your eagle or who was it?
Well, it was a team. It's a team effort.
Oh, a team effort.
Yeah.
Oh, such a hockey guy, you know. Team effort, 110%.
Yeah.
Gotta give me the cliches, hey, Joff.
Yeah.
And I gotta ask you, man, you know, what's it like being? It's been 9 years now. What does it mean to have a tournament going on for 9 years? That's incredible, Joff.
Yeah, it is. It's really cool. And it's been a lot of the same people, a lot of the same sponsors come back year after year. So it's my name on it, but nothing really happens without the people who organize it and the sponsors who come and obviously people showing up and we have a pretty good auction after, and that's where a lot of money's raised. So. Obviously, like I said, it's my name on it, but it's a lot of people doing a lot of good things for.
I do
for
talk a little bit of hockey with you, you know. I have to ask you, when Mike Babcock was hired, where were you when you heard the news you guys had Mike Babcock as the new head coach in Toronto?
Yeah, I was on the West Coast, so I was still sleeping. But when I woke up, I saw that, and he's coached me before in my career, my rookie year actually, and he's a really, he's got all the credentials, but he's a good man, and he puts in a lot of work, and I don't expect that to change even with his long-term contract or whatever. He wants to win, and he wants to be the most prepared team out there, and so for us as players, that's exciting.
Of course, imagine now 2015, 2016, the big goal is get back to the playoffs finally, because you guys haven't been there in Toronto since 2012, 2013.
Yeah, that's the plan. I mean, there's so many good teams, and so many teams make changes that you can't really worry about that. We just got to worry about playing better as individuals and coming together as a team. And there's been a lot of changes, but sometimes change is good. So that's our goal. I mean, you can't. That's really every team's goal at the start of the year. I don't think anyone necessarily says they want to finish in first place or something. I mean, it's so competitive that you just got to get in the playoffs, and then you never know what can happen.
Of course, you know this tournament. I mentioned it was 9 years of this tournament. Would you ever one day
I think
expand
we've
to
talked
Toronto,
about
maybe?
it for sure. I think it would be if we found the right charity there, and we're able to find a good date and a course that works. There's a big putt over there. I think I would certainly be open to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the 9th annual Joffrey Lupul Golf Tournament. Mr. Bob Stoffer, the radio voice, the Oilers, the color commentator, and the whole school is now on 6:30. Chad, Bob, how you doing today, sir?
Good, Avry. That's a much nicer introduction than you had for me about 3 or 4 years ago.
He said the humor, Bob.
Well, you do need a sense of humor, but self-deprecation always works as well. So it's been a good time. It's a good event. It's a fun event. I probably do about 3 or 4 tournaments a year where I MC. This is one where it is a little bit more laid back. Guys have a good time. Straight course, right? I mean that helps. So you're here at the Black Hawk, and it's a wonderful course, but it's a good time, guys, and I think that's part of it. I mean, when people shell out money to be at these events, they want to have a good time. That comes to the territory. Well, in spite of the fact that I'm a 36 handicap, somehow we're at we're minus 10 through 14 holes, so we're off to a pretty good start. We've made a bunch of putts. I'm with some guys that obviously got far too much time in their hands. They probably golf sometimes between 30 to 45 times a year. I golf 4 times a year at tournaments like this, so they're carrying me. There's a little question about that, whereas Joffrey and Scotty have some guys like that would be carrying their forces.
So let me guess for you, Bob. Bogey, double bogey, quadruple bogey.
Well, fortunately, this is a scramble. So what ends up happening is you take the best shot. And the one thing I'm not a bad putter, so I made some putts that have helped my team out.
There you go. I do want to ask you about the Oilers. When you heard that this team, of course, brought in Peter Chiarelli, Tom McClellan, you're a media guy, you hear it first, like, what were your reactions to hearing Chiarelli and McClellan were by Poland?
Well, I thought McClellan was a distinct possibility, even if Craig McTavish had remained as the general manager. I mean, you take a look at McClellan's time in San Jose, and I think there's an expiration date for coaches. He'd been there for several years, but really there was a whole series of events. That started with the Oilers winning the lottery and getting Connor McDavid. That happened on April 18th, and Peter Chiarelli got let go by Boston, the week before. And it was, an opportunity for the Oilers to bring in a senior executive that had won a Stanley Cup, that had the track record of Chiarelli. Obviously, that was very appealing, and to Kevin Lowe and to Bob Nicholson and Daryl Cates. I mean, those guys were the guys that made that decision. So they bring in an experienced guy, Chiarelli. But I will say that I always felt that McClellan looked at Edmonton and saw an opportunity there. So I think that he's a smart guy. They're both kind of understated. They've both been accomplished at the NHL level, and Edmonton's gone from a scenario where they were somewhat inexperienced in some of those positions to quite experienced. I mean, Craig McTavish was a first-time GM. Right. The last three coaches that the Oilers had, Ralph Kruger, Dallas Aikens, and then Todd Nelson, they were all first-time NHL head coaches. Now you have a general manager that's won a Stanley Cup, and you got a head coach that's had a couple 50-win seasons and then won a World Championship. So Edmonton's got significantly more experience, and I think there's greater credibility for the fan base, and obviously there's Connor McDavid. And when you get a player like that, it slots everybody else in the right spot, Avery. I mean, look no further than the Blue Jays. They go get David Price, and suddenly, they're not having to rely upon, Mark Burley to be their number one pitcher, right? So you get guys in the right, in McDavid's case, when a player's that good, he's going to make everybody else better.
We build around him, because we've seen time and time again this team, rely on guys like Nugent Hopkins, Hall, Avry. How important is to make sure they have a leadership around them, that these guys can thrive, especially McDavid, a guy who people say could be the best player in the game since Crosby.
Well, you got to be able to build from the goal out, and some would say from goal out. I think the Oilers, there's still some question marks there. We'll see what sort of job Cam Talbot does, given the opportunity to become the number one guy. The Oilers have better young prospects on the defense than when they had Nugent Hopkins and Hall in 2010 with Everly, and then Nugent Hopkins in 2011. I mean, they've got Darnell Nurse coming, Oscar Klefbom starting to get himself sort of a transition, an NHL regular, and then they've made the trade for Griffin Reinhart. So they got three real good defense prospects that can sort of grow with McDavid. And the other advantage that McDavid has is he has Nugent Hopkins, and he has Hall, and he has Everly. And, the Oilers also have Draisaitl and Yakupov, and we'll have to see where those guys fit in long-term as well. The Oilers have got some forward depth. They've got some young defensemen coming, still some question marks in goal, and they've got some experience now with the coaching staff, and I'd say it's arrow up right now for the hockey team.
Now, they may not make the playoffs in 15-16, but could this team be a 80-point team in your mind, 81, 82?
For sure. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm not going to bet against this group. I mean, things can change quickly. I think the Oilers, the general consensus, Avery, is that Edmonton underperformed the last couple of years. And, I think the Oilers, I think Todd McClellan and his staff, it's not just Todd. I mean, it's having a guy like Jay Woodcroft that's been with Todd for the last several years and was in Detroit with Babcock, and then a guy like Jim Johnson, who's a bit of a defense whisperer. He's done a good job bringing along some young defensemen. And, McClellan's had success transitioning young, skilled players. And that's not always easy to do. Some coaches really struggle with that. He's had success doing it, and the Oilers have young, skilled players up front. So I wouldn't bet against the Oilers being, a plus 85-point team.
That's it. That's all. I hope you enjoyed the footage. Please like this video and subscribe to the Avry Sports Show YouTube channel. My name is Avery, and I am gone. Talk to you folks later. Peace.